this idea of trusting yourself, of breaking trust with yourself. So most of us live lives where we do not trust ourselves. We have lost faith with ourselves. What I mean by that is that, well, here's a good example, right? For a lot of my coaching clients, what I do is I have them pick up their phone, like on the first coaching call. I'm like, okay, I want you to just go to your clock app to alarms, and I want you to hold up your alarm screen. All right, let me see what's on there, right? And 90% of the people the guys that I coach, it's going to be like alarm at 5:30 a.m., 5:35 a.m., 5:40, 5:45, 5:50, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is all that? Delete all those alarms except for one. You get one alarm, okay? Because if you can't trust yourself to get up in the morning at the time that you told yourself you're going to get up in the morning, you can't trust yourself to do shit. How are you going to trust yourself to do anything in life if you are such a liar to yourself that you don't actually believe that you're actually going to get up when you said you're going to? It's not believing yourself. It's not believing yourself, right? So you've got this doubter, and there's a reason why you don't believe yourself. It's because you kept on lying to yourself, because you're like, oh, I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to go run, or I'm going to start eating healthy tomorrow, and then you don't. And then it's like pretty soon, your subconscious is like, yeah, this guy, yeah, he talks all this shit. Yeah, okay, let's put your little Nikes by the door. You're not going to fucking put them on and run in the morning. You're full of shit, right? And then morning comes around and he's like, yeah, I told you, you're not going to do it. Fuck it. Let's just go, just go get a donut. Fuck it, right? And then that's what you do. And so you don't trust yourself. Okay. And so if you don't have faith, if you don't trust yourself, then you're not going to be able to do anything. And in fact, this is so critical. This is the reason why I make it life or death, is because it literally is life or death. Because if I, in my mind, can't think a thought and make myself do it, if I don't have enough willpower, right? Ultimately, the way to find freedom is your ability to exert your will upon the world. Okay. If I can't even exert my will upon myself, I'm not living my life. I'm just a pinball in a pinball machine. What's happening in my life is just whatever happens to fire the right circuits in my brain that, oh, look, there's some candy over here. Oh, there's a stick over here, right? Whatever random events that happen in my life. I'm not actually directing my life. I'm only responding to events with a pre-programmed response. Okay. And I'm not controlling anything. So I'm not living my life. I might be watching a movie of my life. I think of it as being strapped, duct taped in the back seat of a car that's my life, and someone else is driving. Okay. I want to be in the driver's seat. That scares the hell out of me. The idea of not being in the driver's seat, the idea of my life just being a random series of events that I have no control over, except for the few lucid moments that I realize this and then take control of the steering wheel. So what everyone has to do in life is you have to say, fuck this. I'm taking control of the steering wheel right now. And I'm not lying to myself anymore. I'm regaining trust with myself. It's like, the car alarms go off, and then they've, when car alarms first came out, I'm sure people were like, oh shit, someone's stealing a car. But now you hear a car alarm go off, you're like, oh fuck, the car alarm went off, right? You don't even think, oh, maybe someone's breaking into that car. Okay, because it's a false signal now. So you have to reset it. You have to say, from now on, we're paying attention to car alarms, and every time we hear a car alarm go off, it's going to mean something, right? Because and so that's what your word has to mean to yourself. You have to say, every time you tell yourself you're going to do something, you're going to do it, life or death. It doesn't fucking matter. If you can do it, you are going to do it, because you're going to rebuild that trust with yourself. And you start with small commitments. You start with small things. You say, okay, and this is where I start with my coaching clients. I'm like, okay, your alarm, pick your alarm, whatever time. Tomorrow you're getting up at that time. Okay. Well, I need a backup alarm. What if I don't get up at that time? If you don't get up at that time, then you suffer the consequences. Then you go into work late, and your boss says, why are you late? And you say, because I didn't get up when my alarm went off. And that's all you say. And then you accept whatever those consequences are, right? Otherwise you're getting up, right? And so once you start with those small things and you're like, okay, then you have your power to influence your world and your life changes dramatically, because now I can think a thought in my head and I know it will happen, right? So when I signed up for this 100-mile race, all right, which is, it's a daunting thing. I'm going to be running for 24 hours straight. Okay. I know I'm going to do it. There's not a question. It's not am I going to make all the training? Or if I'm ready, I will be ready and I will run the race. Aside from something like breaking my ankle, luckily I avoided that. I only sprained it. But if it's within my power at all, it will happen because I've decided it, because I trust myself 100%, because I do not let myself down. And it's so important to keep that trust once you have it. And that's why, like, it's like sometimes I'll do crazy shit and people are like, why are you doing this? You don't even need to do this. And it's because I told myself I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do it, right? Regardless, I'm not letting myself off the hook. It doesn't matter if there's circumstances that are against me. And it's so important that we do this. And then we build that trust with ourselves and we keep that trust with ourselves, because that's the only thing that puts us in the steering, in the driver's seat of our car. Otherwise, our life is not our life.
Damn. Man, if I had like a bomb, like a sound effect, like real Brad Lee, I would fucking drop it right there. That was powerful. Like, you know, making the decisions beforehand and really sticking through with that, and just, you know, start with those little things.